to calculus class 2 and talk about UTME question on derivative of product. First one was derivative of sum. Now, derivative of product means when two numbers are multiplying what each other. Why derivative of product? Okay, this is derivative of product. Why derivative of sum means when two numbers are adding each other or subtracting each other. Now, for instance, we use v and u as a variable. So once this variable comes together to multiply each other, they come together. What is holding them is what? Multiplication. We call it derivative of what? Product. Now, to be able to tackle this derivative of product, hence, to find your dy over dx, to find your dy over dx, you know what dy over dx means? Dy over dx from general rule, we are using general rule to ease our speed on JAMB. All right, so here, if I have a to the power n and I have to find dy over dx, I'll quickly what? Bring down the what? N to multiply what? A. The n will still be on the power, but now I will not take away what? 1 from it. Now, but here, if two numbers are multiplying each other, we must first of all set it before we do what? Differentiate it. How can we set it? We are going to use a virgin v once we want to differentiate two numbers or two expressions multiplying each other. We're going to use a virgin v and multiply by a differentiated what? U, which is what? Du over ds. And after we've done that, we are going to add it to a virgin u that is multiplied by a differentiated v over ds. What did I mean by virgin v and virgin u? Virgin v here means as that number or expression was when the question was given to you, you not do anything to it, you use it and multiply by a differentiated what? U. You're going to see it. For instance, let's work with this formula. This is the formula you need of dy over ds on talking about derivative of product. Now, let's say if 2s squared multiply by 4x, this 2s cubed, I mean to say multiply by 4s squared, find dy over ds. Now, how can you express this? This is written in what? Multiplication. They are holding each other by multiplication. Now, most times, they don't put this multiplication sign here. They put them in what? In bracket, just like this. But you have to know that what is holding the two is what? Multiplication. Now, to differentiate this, we use the law of what? Product. Derivative of what? Product. Which says that if here I have a variable, let's call it what? V. This is another variable, let's call it what? U. I'm now going to use a virgin v non-touch so that dy over ds is equals what? Using virgin v according to this formula, this is what? 2x cubed untouched, 2x cubed untouched, and multiply it by what? Differentiated u. So I'm going to differentiate u now and multiply it here. That is what the u over ds means, multiplying by v alone. So differentiating u is what I will use to multiply by this. Now it is going to give me what? 4x to the power 2. All right. 2 is going to come down to multiply by 4. We give us what? 8s. Minus 1 from 2, which is the power, we have what? We have 1. S to the power 1 is s. So we're going to have what? Multiply by 8s, which is what? The du over ds. That is differentiated u. This is v, this is u. Differentiated v over differentiated u over ds. I get me. Now we are going to add it with what? With a virgin what? A virgin u this time around. So the first one we did was to use this one untouched to multiply by this one differentiated. Now the second one we are going to add it with is this one untouched multiplied by this one, I get me, differentiated. So we're going to bring this one now untouched, which is what? 4x squared, 4s squared, and we multiply it by what? V differentiated. That is u is this multiplied by v differentiated. Differentiating this, 3 will come down, multiply by this to give us 6s. Now 3, you take away 1 from it, it becomes what? 2. So I'm going to have dot what? Dot 6s to the power what? Square. What does this dot mean? In calculus, we don't use what? Multiplication as this. You can use this, but it is normally written as dot here to ease the what? The board or the expression. Now, what are we going to do now? You're going to use 2s squared, 2s cubed, and multiply by what? 8s. We have finished differentiating. Oh, this is the y over this. We have differentiated. So now we have to now apply the rule of what we know in mathematics. So we're going to correct like terms and add what? Like terms. All right, let's go. Now, 2s cubed multiplied by 8s. 8 multiplied by 2 is going to give us 16. S cubed multiplied by s is going to give us s raised to the power 4. Plus, if I use 4s squared multiplied by 6s squared, 6 multiplied by 6, 4 multiplied by 6, I mean to say, 4 multiplied by 6 is going to give us 6 times 2 is going to give us 12. 6 times 4 is going to give us 24. We're going to have 24 over here. Now, you have s squared and s squared, which is now going to give you s4. Now, because these are having the same unknown variable power, we are still going to add it what? Together. Adding it together, we're now going to have 16 plus 24. 16 plus 24, add the 2 here, will give us 30. Add the 4 to this 6, will give us what? 10, which is equal to what? 40 s raised to power. Now, 4 times what? 4, you're going to give us what? 16 raised to power what? 16. All right. So henceforth, this is our what? Final what? Answer. All right. Now, here is a past question paper from UTME. Past question from UTME. Let's try this. Let's try this. The first one says, the first one we have find the y over the s. Sorry, it's not it. The first one says differentiate with respect to s. Differentiate with respect to s, brackets x squared minus 3x plus 5, close bracket and open bracket, 2x minus 7. All right, so we have to differentiate this with respect to what? To s. Differentiate this with respect to s. So guys, what are we going to do? Now, if you look closely here, you found out that this is a bracket and this is a bracket. They are holding together with a what? Multiplication. Here, this is what? Derivative of what? Product. And like we know, we will now call this what? V, and we call this what? U. You're going to use what? Virgin V multiplied by what? Differentiated U, and use what? Virgin U and multiplied by what? Differentiated what? V. All right. So now I'm going to bring out this U, V untouched. That is virgin, s squared multiplied by 3x plus what? 5. Now I will multiply it by what? Sorry, plus 5. I will multiply it by what? Differentiated of this. All right. Now differentiating this bracket, 7 is a constant, which means what? 0. 7 does not bear s, so 7 is what? 0. Now I will come to this place and say differentiating 2s, s has an invisible power of 1. Once I minus 1 from that 1, what is remaining here is what? 0. And s raised to power 0 is 1. So now that 1 that is invisible multiplied by these 2 going to give us T2. S raised to power 0 is 1. 2 multiplied by 1 is going to give us what? 2. So I've differentiated what? This bracket. Now what are we going to do? We are going to add it. We're going to add it to what? A virgin what? U. Now this time around multiplied by differentiated what? V. So virgin U is what? Bracket 2x to the power nothing minus 7. Now differentiating this other bracket over here, what are we going to do? Differentiating it, 5 here is a constant, is 0. It has gone out. Differentiating 3s, 1 minus 1 is 0. S to the power 0 is 1. So what is remaining here is 3. Differentiating this one, 2 will come down. Remember, if this invisible one come down and multiply by negative 3, we're still going to have negative 3. Now, these 2 come down multiplied by s, we're going to give us what? 2s. This 2, you take away what? 1 from me. Still remaining what? 1. So I'm going to have from here, multiply by 2s from what I got here. 2s raised to power 1, whereby s raised to power 1 is still going to give us what? S. Now, this side, what did I got? I got that negative, the invisible one, with s minus with 1 is going to give us 0. S raised to the power 0 is 1. So that 3 multiplied by 1, negative 3 multiplied by 1 is going to give us what? Negative, going to give us negative 3. All right. So after we have done this, we have done what? The y over the s. The next thing to do is then to open the bracket and you solve whatever that is possible for you to solve. Now you have to be careful. 2 here multiplied by s squared is going to give us what? 2s squared. 2 here multiplied by minus 3s is going to give us minus 6s. 2 here multiplied by 5 is going to give us what? Plus 10. Now we add it to what? This you can put in a bracket because there are 2. This one is going to work here and work here. This one is going to work here and work here. All right. Now 2s multiplied by 2s is going to give us what? 4s squared. Now 2s multiplied by minus 7s is going to give us minus 14s. Now we are going to use 3. Negative 3 multiplied by 3s is going to give us what? Minus 6x. Negative 3 multiplied by minus 7 going to give us minus 21. Now this is it. You are not differentiating again, you're just working what you know, opening the bracket and working what is possible. So why can we work what is possible here? Whenever I see s squared and s squared, I'll work them together. If I see only s, I'll work them together. If I see number without s, I'll work them what? Together. So I have 2s squared here, I have 4s squared. This and this are the same thing. So I'm going to work it together. Now 2s squared plus 4s squared is going to give us what? 6x what? Square. All right. Now I'm going for those that have only s without power. I have negative s. I have negative 14s. I have negative 6s. So this and this are the same thing. Work it together. I have negative s, negative 6s now, and negative 6s. Once two numbers with negative come together, you add those numbers together, and their answer is going to be a negative. Whatever they give you is going to be negative. So negative 6s and negative 40s will give us what? Negative 20 what? S. Are you getting me? Negative 6s and negative 14s will give us what? Negative 20s. And negative 20s with negative 16s, sorry, with negative 6s is going to give us negative 26s. I have negative 26s. So I've worked with those with just s. Now let's work with those with just number. This is number and this is a number. I'll come here and say 10. Where is it? 10 here multiply by, 10 here minus 21 is going to give us 11, and that is what? Plus 11. Negative 11, because this 10 cannot minus 21, but if you minus, you have an injury, which is what? Negative 11. And here is our final answer after differentiation. There is no variable that is looking alike, guys. So guys, cross check this if it is correct. Then if it is correct, now solve this other expression. Solve this expression. They say here that find the derivative of bracket 2 plus 3s bracket and a bracket 1 minus s. All right, find the derivative of this with respect to s. I'm going to give you option. So the first option here, A is 6s minus 1, B is 1 minus 6s, C is 6, D is minus 3. So work this out and you now let us know the answer. Also find the derivative of bracket 2s plus 1 close bracket open bracket 3s plus 1. Find the derivative of this. Option is A 12x plus 1, B you have 6s plus 5, C you have 6s plus 1, D you have 12s plus 5. All right, so that is it. Let's talk about quotient derivative or derivative of quotient, which is division. That is when 2s is dividing 2s. What are you going to do? Derivative of what? Quotient or quotient derivative. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to solve this and this. Let's know your answer in the comment section. And also share this video. Call this number 1, call this number 2. Thank you.